Welcome to Community Conversations. I'm your host, Steve Mantis, and I have two guests today. Joining me, I have Janet Paterson from the Thunder Bay Injured Worker Support Group and Eugene Lefrancois, the president of the Ontario Network of Injured Workers Groups. Janet, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about the Thunder Bay Injured Worker Support Group.
Well, I guess one of the big things is we are celebrating 30 years of existence.
Wow!
30
Congratulations!
Years. It is congratulations, but sometimes it would be better if the reasons it wasn't so busy were, not so tough, I guess.
So what kind of services do you provide? What makes the Thunder Bay Injured Workers tick?
Well, we do a number of things. Sometimes we are just a resource, somebody might come in and just ask, where can I go or what do I need to do? We offer peer support, and that is actually a program for family because we quite often forget that a workplace injury, when it is long-term, it not only affects the worker, but it also affects the family. And too often the focus is too directed on the injured worker. So that is that. The other thing that we do is we look for providing educational opportunities to train, just to provide information to injured workers so that they can be knowledgeable about their own claim, because once you have a claim, like once you're hurt and you get in the system, the compensation system, you're pretty much there for life. So you need to have a knowledge about everything that's going to affect you. So we do that too.
So how could an injured worker or their family members find you? Do you have an office?
Yes, we are in room 17 at the Lakehead Labour Centre. We are, right now our office hours are just Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. We are completely run by volunteers, and we're always looking for more volunteers for sure. We have a growing number of people who continuously come to us and new people who keep finding us and come looking for help with their compensation claims. So there's always an open door when it comes to the need for volunteers. Our office, the phone number is 622-8897.
And so on your open, when you're open on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 10 till 12, is it just drop in? People can come anytime, or do they need to book an appointment beforehand?
Sometimes people book appointments, but it's usually better. It's a hard thing to do because when we're only there for so long, like sometimes we get to the office and there'll be 4 people standing in the line in the hallway already. So it's pretty much first come, first served. That's how we do it.
Okay. Eugene, so now you're the newly elected president of the Ontario Network of Injured Workers Groups. So that's the provincial group that the Thunder Bay group is part of. Is that correct?
Yes, it is. We're all across Ontario, and we have 22 groups all across Ontario. And we have this area is the northwestern Ontario part of the province. Ottawa is the northeastern part of the province. Hamilton is the southwestern part of the province, and Windsor and London is southeastern part of the province, and we have central around Barrie, and then we have Toronto because it has a big population. Mm-hmm. And we are underserviced. We are all volunteer, and I wish we weren't here. Truly, I wish we were not here.
So when you say that, what do you mean you wish you weren't here?
Well, if the system was fair, there wouldn't be a need for us. But the system is not fair. The Swiss system, I don't think, has ever been fair. Since the day William Meredith had a royal commission, and he had to go across the province. He went across Canada, and he traveled around the world asking questions about labor. Well, if you ask questions about labor, it has to be a balance. The employers or business have to balance with labor. Okay, fine, it is perfect if it works, if it's balanced. But right now, it is so far right, turned to the right, that it's all favor of business right now. And we're not just talking Canada, we're talking Singapore, we're talking Africa, we're talking Australia. It doesn't matter, wherever there's a worker, they are under stress and under fire for just to get compensation because they were so unlucky to have a workplace injury or caught a disease, not even of their manner. They didn't even mean to catch it.
So you talked about the beginning of the system, this Justice Meredith had a royal commission. When did that take place?
Well, it started, he started going about his work, I guess, in 1908, maybe 1909, 1910, and he had his report was finished he tabled his report in the legislature in 1913. October, it was Halloween, 1913. And last year, it was 100 years.
So this system now, the workers' compensation system in Ontario, is 100 years old.
It's been 100 years under fire.
Okay. So now, Janet and Eugene, you both just came back from 3 days of an educational conference down in Southern Ontario, talking about the changes coming forward to workers' compensation, the WSIB. Tell me a little bit about what some of these changes are.
Excuse me. I think one of the big things that's coming about, they're looking at permanent impairments, they're looking at aggravation recurrences, when jobs stop, businesses shut down and that thing. All of these have an effect for an injured worker who has a permanent impairment, but the really big one is actually the pre-existing condition. And basically the focus where they're heading to with the system now is that they have a guideline that says, say you break your leg, we're going to allow you 6 weeks to heal. At the end of the 6 weeks, if you are not healed, all of a sudden they really look at it and they'll start looking and they'll say, well, you broke your ankle when you were 7 years old, or you are getting old. Did you know that you have degenerative disease? And all of a sudden, your workplace injury has nothing to do with the actual workplace injury. It is all about your pre-existing conditions. So it can be something that you might have been born with, and the work conditions could have exacerbated it and brought on an illness. We had the case of the woman with the lungs, and it's just they don't want to pay long term. I personally think that their focus is becoming a short-term disability.
So this is a major change, and it sounds like, in terms of workers' compensation. We're going to just go to a short break, and we'll come back and explore this further.
Sure.
Hang in
Thanks.
there. Thank you.
Thanks.